Okay, let's begin with a quiet seat together, please. I'm glad you came. Good job being morning people. I know some of you are on the East Coast, so you're a mid-morning person right now. I'm looking at your names here in the side roster. Yeah, nice to see you. Great. Okay. All right, let's sit for a little bit of quiet together. And when I say the word quiet, I mean our quiet. I don't guarantee that there will be quiet here. There's some weird things happening. I don't know where this came from. What were you doing with that? Huh? This is like, oh gosh. Okay, it's nothing, nothing worth showing on the class. Okay. All right, so let's sit for a little bit of quiet and we'll dive into where we've been practicing, understanding the gunas in your yoga practice. So please take an upright and comfortable seat. You can rest your hands in your lap. And start allowing your breath to come to you as you open yourself to receive it. A bit like when the plant, the roots of the plant are open to receiving the nutrients and the water, and the above the ground parts of the plant are just really receptive to the sunlight. We'll practice simply receiving the breath right now. You don't have to make it happen. So practicing at the sunrise, this is considered a sattvic time of day. It's a time of day to be in the fullness of sattva and reducing rajas and tamas. So tamas, you just came from sleep, as I've been saying this week and at other times. So we want the tamas right now to be the stability of your posture, not the dullness or sleepiness of the mind. And then rajas, when it goes out of balance, is like the rajas of acquiring, consuming, doing, the busyness of the mind. So the rajas that we do want is our dedication and attention. And then the sattva, receiving, being present for. Lengthen up through your spine, please. Turn your palms face up, and as you inhale, raise the arms up. And then exhale and bring your hands down to your heart. And we'll chant the asatoma satgamaya. Om asatoma satgamaya. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om asatoma satgamaya. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om. With your exhale, as you bow your head to your heart, just inwardly bow to the dedication you've already made to be here. And try to sense the larger dedication, thousands of years of people practicing to alleviate suffering and to remember the indwelling nature of everything and everyone. Then interlace your fingers, press the heels of your hands straight down. And beginning with familiar, we're going to go inhale, lower, middle, upper. So these are familiar practices for you now. Exhale, continue reaching up, but gaze down. Inhale, lower, middle, and upper. This time, exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, rise up like a plant greeting the sun. Now exhale, squeeze the hands down behind your head, place the pinkies at the base of the skull, gaze down. Inhale, sweep your elbows forward and up. And exhale, rotate to your right. Bring the left elbow forward, right elbow up. Inhale to center. Exhale, rotate to your left. Inhale to center. Press the base of your skull back into the pinkies. Exhale, press up. This time, inhale, press out. Go wide, level your head. Exhale, clasp the hands at the small of your back. Bring your gaze down. And inhale to raise up through the chest, your heart, and your gaze. Exhale, return to the seat you began with. And sit really still and just notice the rajas that you've generated with these movements, with this dedication. And let rajas return to sattva. So you generate this energy, and then we sense the dissipation of what is rajas, and we connect to what remains as sattva. Now place your hands on your shoulders. This is a rajasic practice. We're going to go side to side. Exhale through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to center. Now inhale, lower, middle, and upper, suspending the breath at the top. Exhale slowly and completely out through the nose. At the end of the exhale, you're going to tone the deep low belly and then relax that tone and receive the next inhalation. Now again, the rajas that we generated, it fades and the sattva is what remains. Now we'll do also another kriya, it's rajasic. You're going to be raising the arms up with the fingers open. And then we pull down like fists, right? So it's inhale up, exhale down, breathing through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now inhale to go up. Suspend the breath. Exhale, sweep the arms wide. Exhale completely but slowly. At the bottom of the exhale again, squeeze the low abdomen. And then relax the exhale muscles. And receive the next inhale. You may sense that sort of effervescence or rajas when the energy is going and it's bright, but then again, let the sattva be what remains. So the stillness inside, the sort of shimmering rajas that you activated. Now please come to the Ujjayi breath and balance your inhale with your exhale, leaving just a slight pause at the top and the bottom of the breath. Make the Ujjayi sound, velocity, volume, the pace consistent from the beginning to the end. The pauses, of course, will be silent. Continue for 3 more breath cycles. The consistency the smoothness, your full concentration. These are within your inner leadership to cultivate. Following that is called sama pranayama, the evenness of inhale and exhale. Then simply relax again and notice the sattva that remains. Now I'd like us to be able to bring that balanced pranayama, sama pranayama, into movement. We're going to go to my other camera. So please come to table pose. Let me recommend that you have a blanket for your knees for this. And what we could do is use one long folded blanket like you see. I have two right now, but let's make that just one for each of you. And I have another student who needs to come to class. Just one moment. Hi. Come on. Oh no, I see. I didn't have a student coming to class. I had a student leaving the class, going back out to the mayhem where they're currently tearing apart paper and cardboard. Okay, so we're going to use balanced pranayama. That means that your inhale is equal to your exhale. This is going to require your concentration to keep it consistent because it will feel like some of the physical movements, they're going to naturally incline a bigger inhale or it'll feel like a shorter exhale. So do your best to prioritize the breath and then to add the movement. Okay, so starting in table pose, let's inhale to cat, whatever the pace of your breath was before in the pranayama. You may find that you can do that again. And then exhale to cow pose. Okay. Inhale to cat. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale to table pose. Now exhale, take the right arm under the left shoulder. Keep the left arm straight. Inhale, open to your right, twist right. Exhale, table pose. Inhale to cat. Exhale to cow. Inhale, cat. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cat. Exhale, table pose. Drop the left arm under the right. Inhale, twist to your left. Exhale, table pose. And now inhale to cat. And exhale, child's pose. Okay, come forward to table and step your right foot out to the side. So now the right leg out, you're going to sense the upper inner right thigh. Let's go through the same movements. So we're going to inhale to cat. Exhale, cow pose. Tip the pelvis through, undulate the spine, your chest, your heart, lift your gaze. Okay, inhale to cat again. And exhale, reach back to child's pose. Okay, this time inhale forward to table. And exhale, drop your left arm under your right. Inhale, twist to your left. And exhale to table. Step the right knee in and the left foot out. Inhale to cat pose. Exhale to cow pose. Inhale to cat, keeping the breath pace equal. Exhale, reach back to child's pose. Inhale forward to cat. Exhale, table pose. Drop your right arm under your left. And inhale, twist to your left. And exhale, return to table pose. And then inhale to cat. Exhale to cow. Step the left knee in. Let's go to cat. And child's pose. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Okay. So those are simple, familiar, relatively beginning, but the concentration to have the breath be equal is more intermediate. Now I'd like you to put your hands over your knees and kind of fix the fingers here so that when you inhale to pull up, you really sense that you do have to stretch up through the chest and heart so that the hands being fixed is like having the tent stakes be strong. So inhale to go up. And then exhale and slide down. If possible, you bring your head to the floor. That's a complete exhale. Inhale, slide up. Keep the fingers firm. Lift your chest and your heart. Open your throat. Exhale, slide forward, kind of like cobra pose on the way down, and then into child's pose. And inhale, roll up. So you're really exercising the throat here also because the last bit of movement here is the neck and throat. And then exhale, keep the throat open. But as you come down into child's pose, curl your head in. One more time, inhale to go up. And exhale to roll down. And then sit back to kneeling for a moment and just take notice. Okay, what is happening when the rajas fades and the sattva remains? Now let's bring it up to standing, and let's keep this blanket. We're going to do Asana. So check and see if where you are on your mat right now makes sense for your Asana, and that's where your blanket goes. And then rise up to stand, please. Come into mountain pose. Join your hands together at your heart. And let's see if we can again make it consistent that the inhale and the exhale are equal to each other. So the practice, the physical asana is familiar for you and not that difficult, but balancing the breath may be where you find the challenges. Let's begin. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, rise up without rushing. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, left foot back and left knee down. Inhale to rise, using the pace of your inhalation. Exhale, descend, balancing the length of the exhale with the length that was your inhale. Straighten your left leg, inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, cow pose. Inhale, seal pose. Bring your hips forward, shoulders back. Exhale, plank pose. Now inhale, downward facing dog. Notice the length of the in-breath. And exhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, Asana. Exhale, folding forward and simply finding the two blocks. We're going to inhale, step forward, heart forward. And exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale to the heart. Continuing. So really your mantra is like inhale, 2, 3, 4, you're counting. Exhale, chair pose. And that is going to be repetitive because breath to breath, you're counting the pace or sensing the pace. Inhale to rise. So you're giving your rajasic mind something to stabilize on. That is the pace of the breath. And we're giving the tamasic mind something to be committed to, energized about. So it's helping to bring together the rajas and tamas of the mind. Let's take the left toes back so that we're helping to cultivate a sattvic mind. So with your in-breath, pacing it to go up, Asana. With your out-breath, pacing it to come down. Complete the exhale. There's a little pause there, and then inhale to plank. Exhale, reach back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward. Exhale, cow. Inhale, seal pose. Exhale, plank. And inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale to rise. Exhale, descend. Inhale, step forward, heart forward. And a deep bow to the legs. Inhale to rise. And then to the heart. And then stand really still in mountain pose. You wanted to come back? Yeah, you can take class, of course. Now we're gonna make it a little bit more rajas because it's morning. So morning practice sometimes needs a little bit more spice. Let's put the blanket aside, please. So now when we go up with the arms, remember this experience at the beginning? So we're gonna be inhaling up. We're gonna exhale, step back. And we're gonna inhale up and exhale down. Okay, so in this case, the fists are when you're going down, the fingers are open when you're going up. Okay, and the breath is going to be a little bit brisk. So right now the cats are playing with each other on either side of the door, having to scratch. So they won't do it forever. But here we go. So this is how the breath goes. And then up. And then step forward. Okay, so I described it wrong the first time, but I did it right the second time. All right, so here we go. Excuse me. Oh, sorry there. I got distracted by the cats. Exhale. Okay, let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Oh, so inhale up. Sorry. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Back. Up. Forward. 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 Stand still. Be amused. And stand still. Now, if you notice, like relax the body in mountain pose. There may be a little sway, but there's also going to be a place of stillness, like a plumb line of stillness, something that comes in the most inner, even though there could be a little sway in the outer. Okay, now we're going to add to that. So here we go. Inhale to go up. Fingers are open. Exhale back. Inhale up. Warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Back. Up. Sideways. Up. Forward. Up. Back. Up. Side. Up. Forward. Up. Back. Up. Side. Up. Forward. Once more. Up. Back. Up. Side. Up. Forward. Up. Back. Up. Side. Up. Forward. Up. Heart. Close your eyes. Let the arms relax. Of course, you can notice any bit of sway, but also the stillness, that which is not swaying. And watch how the rajas dissipates and then the sattva remains. Now we'll take a wide stance. Please come down to prasarita padottanasana. Now you have the opportunity here. Something that might happen is that the breath can become deeper, smoother, longer. I'm going to recommend that to you since you're experienced yogis. Let's inhale and see if the inhale count might be 1 or 2 paces longer than before. And same for the exhale count. Now, keeping the pace of the breath even, turn the toes very slightly out. And as you exhale breath, come down to your right, keeping the hands where they are. So there's like a side bend that happens to the right, sideways. Inhale up to center. Exhale, go left. Inhale to center, pacing the movement of the return to this longer length of breath cycle. Exhale to your right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Last time, inhale to center. Now we're going to add to this cycle. So exhale, come down to your right slowly. Reach your left hand under to hold your right ankle. Deep breath in. Now exhale, slowly work the right leg towards straight as you twist under your right upper arm. And then inhale, deeply bend your right knee, coming back down to this unusual position. And exhale, return your left hand to the block where it started. Inhale, glide up to center slowly. Exhale, bend your left knee, come down to the side. Use the length of the exhale there. Inhale, sweep the right hand under to hold your left ankle. And then exhale, slowly straighten your left leg so you're twisting under the left arm. And inhale, bend the left knee slowly, coming back down without any sense of rushing. Exhale, return your right hand to the block. Inhale to center. One more time to the right. Exhale, deeply bend, keeping both feet grounded. Inhale, bring your left hand under to hold your right ankle. And exhale, slowly straighten your right leg. Twist under your right upper arm. Inhale, bend the right leg, coming back down. And then exhale, place your left hand back out over its block. Inhale, rise to center. And one more time to the other side. So notice how you're pacing the movement and the breath and the little places where you do catch yourself rushing. It's likely to happen. So if that does occur, then you're just noticing how you bring yourself back to the primary intention. The qualities of patience inside the guna of sattva. Patience, equanimity, non-urgency. And roll yourself forward onto your two blocks. Step the feet back into downward dog pose. And then touch the knees down. Take one block to kneel on in Vajrasana. And come to sitting very still. See if your mind might touch the quietude, the inner sattva. Now, without a block between the feet, unless you make the block more narrow, like this or like this. The reason not to put the block like this between the feet is that we don't want the femurs to be internally rotated for where we're going right now. And when you put the block between the feet, it changes the angle of how your thigh bone sits in the socket. So if you need a block between the feet, you can do it like this, or you can do it like this, and then have the knees a little bit wider. But definitely check for yourself if when you come forward, which is going to be like this, when you come forward, do you feel like the femurs are more neutral in the sockets, not more internally rotated? So I'm recommending that you have a block for your head to land on. Your fists go into the deep low belly, and when you're coming forward, the end position will look like this. And then we'll rise back up. So we've been practicing this the last several days, and prior to that, at periods in December and January too. This is called Korma Mudra. When you come forward, you are squeezing the exhale out, squeezing, and the fists are pressing into the belly. At the bottom of that exhale squeeze, you're going to relax with the head supported. We relax the exhale muscles, and inside, there's going to be a natural suction that occurs. You'll be resting in that vacuum, in that suction, and then you'll tone the belly and inhale to come back up. Okay, let's begin with the inhale. And then exhale. Deeply relax the exhale muscles. Tone the low belly, and inhale to return back up to kneeling at your own timing. And then proceed for 3 more times at your body's pace. You may choose to rest in between the downward efforts there. When you come upright, take a moment to pause if you need to, and then continue. And when you have completed that, I'm going to recommend that you sit really still. We'll wait for others to also finish. Listen for the possibility of an inner quiet. We're going to do one more practice before Shavasana, and this is going to seem a little bit unusual. And to those of you in the Zoom room who've had a knee replacement, and so therefore your knee doesn't bend as deeply, and it can't, that's the apparatus. Let's have you practice modifying this and tell me what you come up with, because I want your experiments to be a resource for other people with knee replacements too. So we're going to be squatting with the heels on the blankets. So if you put the feet together for this squat, then when you come down to the squat, the knees will be like at the armpits, like this. Right, so this is called Malasana. It's one of the variations on Malasana. I want you to check that where you are in your room, if you were to take the soles of the feet together and come down like Badakanasana, you're not going to fall over backwards. And if you do, you're not going to hit something. So this will be a variation on Badakanasana like this. And this will be a variation on Malasana like this. Okay, so let's put the heels. I did one time in my life, I had a pair of high heel like platform flip-floppy shoes because I needed them for something. I don't wear much more than flip-flops. Most of you know that. I don't have other shoes, but I had this one pair. And it was that, those shoes that made me realize, oh, I could squat if I had flexible ankles. I could easily squat wearing those flip-flop platform shoes, or whatever they're called. But I can't squat with my heels flat on the floor. So this is both a variation by my own discovery, but also what happens when the heels are lifted, what's going to happen to the pelvic floor. And the tone you'll need to go to Badakanasana and to come back. Okay, so reach the arms forward, please. Let the hips rest down. So the ankles aren't that bent in this position. That's because the heels are supported. So your knees are going to be more upright towards your armpits. Reach your arms past your knees and stretch the back hemisphere of the body. And then begin to open the knees apart and take the hips, almost like you're going to go down behind the blanket, though your hips are not going to reach the floor. In fact, the hips aren't touching anything. Widen the knees out, go left and right, reach the arms forward. You can even add like a little improvisation. So you're reaching. Richard Freeman, one of my teachers a long time back, he might call this like milking the pose, which he referred to as when people milk a cow. Milking the pose was like moving, squeezing, sensing. And let yourself come to center. Continue reaching forward. So right now your hips are levitating. And then begin to draw the knees back up towards the armpits. It's called Malasana. You can rest the upper arms over the knees. And then one more time, reach forward, let the knees slide out, drop the hips back. So your heels are supported by the blankets, the toes are on the floor. but the knees are hovering and the hips are levitating. And then again, draw the knees up so it returns to Malasana. Place your arms over your knees. Great, and then using the two blocks as needed, just come forward, please. Touch the knees down. Since you were up on blanket, some of you might need to have the blocks to transition. Come to kneeling. Put those aside. And now come directly to Shavasana. And what you're going to be noticing is in Shavasana, there's going to be a circulation process. If you'd like, you can cover your lower body with a blanket. It's optional, of course. But as you come down to Shavasana, just watch your body recalibrating the circulation, right? So that concentrated circulation into the pelvis, into the region of apana vayu. Now watch circulation being recalibrated. Take the palms face up. And close your eyes and trust in the goodness that comes from your Shavasana. So welcome your body to get very still. We are more than the muscles and bones. We are more than the nerve pathways. We are much more than circulation or innervation. We are more than the organs of the body. We cannot be contained by any one of our thoughts. We aren't defined by one single moment or expression. As the mystics have said, you're vast, you contain multitudes. To allow tamas and rajas to be simple and for sattva to be primary. And allow the process to continue. A little deeper, a little more still, moment to moment, ever deeper and ever more still. So continue watching the process 1 more minute of just noticing ever deeper, ever more still. And you may lightly wiggle your fingers, your toes. And please bend your knees. And you can roll to your side. Rest there for a moment. You're ready to then bring yourself back up to your seat. And rest your hands in your lap. The Korma Mudra and the Malasana, Badakanasana practices, they both address the pathway of apana vayu, helping to reduce the unhelpful rajas of the mind. So it is my hope that what remains here is your felt sense of the internal sattvic nature that you are. Please bring your hands together at your heart. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste. You want to come say hi? No, okay. She did come for a moment in the meditation. She's the primary motivator of mischief. Her brother follows her lead. So. Thank you for being here. I'm going to come up where I can see you better. Beautiful morning to be together. I'll change the camera view so we can see each other. Okay, and how's that feeling? Oh, yeah. I can see the notes. Some had to leave. They sent me direct